أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولا تقول في سبيل الله بل أحياء ولكن لا تشعرون. ولنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. آمنت بالله صدق الله مولانا العلي الأعلى العزيز الحكيم وبلغ رسوله الكريم وتبارك الله أحسن الخالقين.
جزاك الله.
صل على محمد وآل محمد.
على سفينة العالم.
ويغفر لمحمد وعلى آل محمد صلوات.
صل على محمد وآل محمد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا أبو القاسم محمد.
صل على محمد وآل محمد.
This is for anyone who can hear me. This is for all the brothers and sisters in Islam and humanity that have gathered here, and for all the brothers and sisters that are passing us by. Ask yourself one question. Do you support the rights of children? Do you support the right of a child to be suckled by his mother, to be comforted by his mother, and to feel support and love by his father? Well, there was a 6-month-old baby that was thirsty, and his father saw a 3-headed arrow be launched at his neck and sever that baby's neck, Abdullah's neck, from jugular vein to jugular vein. Ask yourself, do you support the rights of the little girls to feel comfort and to feel support by their family. Well, this is a story of a 4-year-old girl whose clothes were burned, whose earrings were snatched off her ears. And when she cried for her father, she was flogged, she was beaten. Ask yourself a question: do you support the rights of women to have respect, to have dignity, to be treated as human beings? Well, this is a story of women, a few women whose rights were stolen right off their heads. Ask yourself another question: do you support human rights? Do you support the right of a person to have a proper burial? Because this is a story of a man who was stranded alone in the desert plains of Karbala, whose enemies, they slaughtered him, they cut his head off, they raised his head on a lance, and they trampled him over his body, and then arrows thrown at his chest. This is the story of our master, Imam Husain alayhi salam.
Allahumma salli ala
Our master, our great master, who wanted to save the mission of the prophets. Our great leader, Husayn, who wanted to bring humanity to justice and truth and guidance. This is the story of one of the greatest leaders of mankind, about whom the Prophet says, "Inna al-Husayna misbah al-huda wa safinatu al-najah." That Husayn is the lantern of guidance. Husayn is the lantern of guidance and the ark of salvation. This is a story of a man who wanted complete and total social justice, who wanted to bring mankind to equality and peace and tolerance, and unite him and unite them for one cause, for one purpose, for the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so we could have a proper government, a proper social system, proper etiquette between each other, so that we could live as Muslims. But brothers and sisters, Imam Husayn's jihad, his resistance, doesn't start at the higher end of the social ladder. It didn't even start at the social ladder. It started here. It started within our own souls. It started within the souls of the people that fought for him. It was jihad al-nafs. It was the resistance of our own self-based desires that Imam Husayn fought against. It was that resistance that Imam Husayn wanted to teach humanity. It was that resistance which Imam Husayn wanted to show mankind that if you have it, you can have the best social system, you can have the best etiquette, and you can have humanity governing the world. And you know what? Imam Husayn opened many doors of mercy in Karbala, in the 10th of Muharram. I'd like to conclude by this. There was one man who dragged Imam Husayn on the plains of Karbala, Al-Hurr ibn Yazid al-Riyahi, 1,000 men. It was because of Al-Hurr that Imam Husayn was in Karbala. It was because of Hurr that thousands of men united to shed the blood of the holy grandson of the prophets. And yet, when Hurr came back on the day of the 10th of Muharram, asking Imam Husayn for forgiveness right before his martyrdom, Imam Husayn forgave him. Brothers and sisters, let us take these few nights of Ashura, these days of Muharram, Safar, and Rabiul Awwal as a lesson, as a time where we can reflect on our own character, so that we can reach that jihad al-nafs that our Imam al-Husayn fought for, that he represented, so that we can have the Prophet's government. We could follow the Prophet the way the Prophet wanted us to follow him. Thank you, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much.